Good evening, students. Welcome to a new lesson. And in this lesson, I'm going to upload important questions of As You Like It text with complete answers. And I'm not going to dictate all the answers, but I'll play this PDF for you, and you can just note down the answers. And in case you have any doubt, you can ask me in the class or you can comment down in the comment section below. I'll surely address your doubts, and you just need to make outlines of these questions because outlines are not made by me, but the answers are framed for you. So you can copy down the answers, but you have to frame the outlines yourself. So I'm playing the PDF, and you can copy down these answers. I'll not be speaking in this lesson because it's a bit lengthy one, and it's almost for 94 to 95 pages. So starting with the first question. So the first question is, bring out the comic elements in As You Like It. So this answer is written completely, and you just have to make the outline in front of each paragraph. Like this first paragraph, one of the brightest comedies by Shakespeare. So you can write here as introduction. So write introduction and this paragraph, and then you can continue writing all the paragraphs with framing the outlines yourself. So this is the first question talking about the comic elements in the text As You Like It by William Shakespeare. This is the continuation of the first question, and it's just a single paragraph. So, and if you want, you can also divide the paragraph, it's up to you. I have just framed the answers. You can divide the paragraphs, but you have to make outlines for these paragraphs. And in addition to it, if you find something important in any of these questions, you can just copy down that, and you can note down or you can repeat those things or you can repeat those lines in the next question also. For example, in this particular question, you are finding something related to wit of Rosalind and Celia. So you can copy down this the same paragraph in question which the examiner is going to ask, that you have to explain or you have to write a paragraph on the wit of Rosalind and Celia. So you can copy down the same one. So just remember what is important in each question and you can repeat that. For example, we are seeing here the professional wit of Touchstone in the second paragraph. So you can just remember this for the further question where they are going to ask about the character sketch of Touchstone. So you can repeat these lines there too. So talking about here, it's the cynical wit of Jax. So you can copy down the same paragraph in the character sketch of Jax where they are going to ask about Jack's wit. Each paragraph, each line, and in each question you are going to find out something important. So please take care of these questions, and these are going to come in your exams for sure. Okay, the last one talking about the comic situations. And this is question number 2, where they are asking, analyze the structure of As You Like It. So you have to analyze the structure of As You Like It, its theme, and what is it is talking about. The main plot, which is talking about the love story of the characters Rosalind and Orlando, and then the characters Celia and Oliver, and then Silius and Phoebe. So you can outline these. And whatever you think is important, you can mark those lines with a black pen or with a pencil. And in some part the outlines are made. For example, outline is made here, the Sylvius Phoebe Rosalind subplot, so you don't need to make another outline. If the outline is made, you don't need to make another outline. If outline is not made, you need to write outline for the question. Here also the outline is made, the touchstone Audrey subplot, so you don't need to make another outline for this. You just need to write the outline in the capital letters and just underline it. So the entire outline of question number 2 is made, the Celia Oliver subplot. So talking about all the subplots, the outline for question number 2 is made. So you don't need to make any other outline for these. You just need to mark it in the capital letters and just underline it. Okay, then the last one is superfluous characters. So here also the outline is made. Then comes the songs in the play. In the last paragraph, we have concluded that As You Like It is a well knitted play from the structural point of view, and William Shakespeare has done justice to the play. Okay, going through the next question, and question number 3 is discuss the importance of the opening scene in As You Like It. So, discussing about the opening scene, you need to frame outlines for this question, as outlines are not made for these questions. So need to write down what the opening scene introduces and all the leading characters which are being introduced in the opening scene. You need to just frame those characters sketched which are presented by William Shakespeare in the play. So we have talked about the opening scene where Orlando's speech is being given importance, where he's talking to Adam and complaining that Oliver is not doing justice to him, and he's doing ill treatment, as his father has commanded to give proper education to him, but he's not getting proper education and he's treated badly. In fact, Oliver's animals are better than Orlando. So we've talked about it here. So in this paragraph, we are talking about the conversation which is being taken place between Adam and Orlando and is heard by Oliver. And then we are talking about Charles the wrestler, which is being introduced into the play after the conversation. And Charles inform Oliver that he is very skilled wrestler, and he should inform his brother that he shouldn't fight with him because he'll kill him. So we're talking about the Charles, the coach wrestler here, and the entire conversation is being written. Okay, then the indication of the events to follow are being written over here, and after the wrestling match, what happens and how Orlando gets into the forest and what happens there is being written here. And also, if someone else is watching this class, and if you're not in my class, students, you can go through the summary of Act 1, 2, 3, and 4 and 5 on my channel. And I guess if the act is clear to you, you can frame these questions. And as these are lengthy, so I'm not dictating word by word, but I'm giving you a just outline. So you can copy down these, and if you need any help, you can ask me, or you can also join my Telegram group. You can find the link in the description box, or you can comment down. I'll give you the link. You can join that link. I'll provide you the PDF so it can be helpful to you. Okay, moving further. So, what happens after the wrestling match? That is being written here over in 3 to 5 lines, and then we will proceed to the next question. Okay, the fourth question says discuss the significance of closing scene. As we have discussed the significance of the opening scene in the text as you like it, now we have to discuss the significance of closing scene. So the opening and closing scenes are very significant in the play as you like it, as they are absolutely opposite, and it's a masterpiece drama by William Shakespeare. And opening scene give us an insight of what's happening in the play, and the closing scene give us insight of happiness and where all are just bound together in the forest of Arden. And then we'll talk about the main plot of Rosalind and Orlando's love affair, and all the main subplots will take one by one. As we have asked to indicate the significance of the closing scene, so we are talking about the Act 5, which is the last act of As You Like It, and from there the incidences are being picked up and are narrated in this question. If you feel like adding something else, you can also add something else to it in your own words. Okay, then we'll see the closing scene where we are going to see Ganymede's magic, where he'll transform himself into a girl, Rosalind, and then finally Orlando and Rosalind marries, and then we'll see Oliver and Celia coming together in the play, and all the characters join together in the forest of Arden. So at last we'll conclude the closing scene and we'll proceed to the next question, which is discuss As You Like It as a romantic comedy. So as we know that it's a romantic play and plus it's a comedy. So it's romantic comedy and we are going to discuss it in detail. So talking about romantic comedy, it's the finest romantic comedies that Shakespeare has written, and combining all the elements together, we have framed a question whereas where we'll see the love story of Rosalind, Celia, Touchstone, Audrey, uh, Sylvius, Phoebe, Oliver, Orlando. So we'll be writing all the love stories one by one. Okay, the outline of this question is also made the mixture of comic elements and sad happenings, and a paragraph has been written over here. Then the theme of love, which is highly romantic. Now, if you need to divide it, you can divide it as per as your need and wish. Then the romantic setting, which is the Forest of Arden, where we see all the love stories happening over there. Then the romantic friendship, and the element of romance is found not only in the persons of opposite sex but also a beautiful relationship between Celia and Rosalind, between Adam and Orlando is also observed in the play As You Like It, which is narrated by William Shakespeare. So you can narrate that here. Then the three dramatic unity is not observed. Okay, coming to the next question, we have justify the title of the play As You Like It. So justifying the title. So the title of the play As You Like It is very appropriate and of paramount significance. Title contributes to overall success of the work, and title is meaningful, appropriate, suggestive, and it's appealing and catchy, and is used by William Shakespeare and is saying that as you wish you can predict the play and you can take the play, and to your wishes you can dwell deep into the play. So we'll be talking about the title of the play in detail over here. And the title is appropriate in many ways, and this is being talked about here, and you have to frame out outlines from these short paragraphs. And as for the readers and audience, they have a large treasure to pick out whatever they like. Either they like to pick out the romance scene, comedy scene, pastoral life, and even the moral import which the play has in abundance. The moral duties which the play teaches you, you can just pick up and import anything which you like. Then the other possible titles, a number of impressive characters, Rosalind, Orlando, Celia, Duke Senior, and others which have a purpose and contribute to the play. So if we see the theme of the play, we find that there is not a single theme which is talked about. In fact, there are multiple themes which are being covered in the play. So if the question is asked, cover the themes of the play, you can also frame that question from this question, talking about the plots, subplots, and the various themes, contradictions, and love stories, which is being written over by William Shakespeare in the play As You Like It. Okay, talking about the question number 7, which is give a character sketch of Rosalind. Now, the question is being written over here, and if some of you have missed the character sketch of Rosalind, you can just copy down this by framing the outline of Rosalind. Some outlines are being framed as her dignity even in the mood of sadness, so you can copy down as it is, sympathetic nature. Then we have brilliant and sparkling wit, or you can say wit and humorous character. You can copy down the same paragraph as it is. Character sketch are very important for the play. And then the final, the love story of Orlando and Rosalind. then her toughness, sharp brain, her womanliness. And to sum up all the characters, she is a complete heroine, or a complete package, or a great woman who has great wit and great brain to contribute to the play, and a female, lovable female character which is being narrated by William Shakespeare. And then talking about the character sketch of Celia by indicating the importance of her in the play. So you can just go through the character sketch of Celia too and frame the outlines. So the second leading female character in the play after Rosalind is Celia. So after the first leading character, obviously she's the second leading character of the play, as you like it. And then we'll be talking about the great striking features of Celia's character. Then her sympathetic nature, which is being shown towards Rosalind, and then her merry disposition, then her talent for prompt and ready answers. And as we have seen that Celia has great sense of humor and has a great understanding towards the worldly things, so I'll explain over here. And then her romantic temperament, and then importance in the play. So the next question is character sketch of Orlando. So this is the character sketch of Orlando, who is the protagonist of the play and lover of Rosalind, the heroine of the play. His sense of self respect, his love for Rosalind. So, some outlines are being framed as such for you, and you can just copy down these. Then, his response to Adam's loyalty, when Adam shows up for Orlando and offers all the money to Orlando, that he can take all the money and just leave this place and move somewhere else. So all the replies and all the conversation between Adam and Orlando are being written over here. You can also refer to Act Twice summary, which is uploaded on the channel. Then his courage and his display of forgiving nature. And then we'll be talking about quick at repartee. And to sum up the character of Orlando, we have framed a paragraph, or you can write down conclusion and then you can write down the last paragraph. Okay, moving to next question we have is brief character sketch of Oliver. Next to Orlando, we have Oliver, his brother. So we'll be taking his character sketch then. Then Oliver's love for Elena, means Celia. Then Oliver is a transformed man who is worthy of Celia's love, and Celia also reciprocated. And then the importance of his role in the play. And the next question we have is a brief character sketch of Duke Frederick. So Duke Frederick is introduced when we have seen the coach wrestler Charles, and then Duke Frederick is introduced and his character sketches his cruelty and wickedness. Then we'll talk about his irrational banishment of Rosalind, means without thinking he just banished Rosalind out from his kingdom. And the entire conversation between Rosalind and Duke Frederick, and then between Rosalind and Celia. You can just write down that conversation over here. Then we'll be talking about action taken by Frederick against Oliver when Rosalind and Celia are missing from the court and Orlando has left the city and Frederick has ordered Oliver to just introduce Orlando before him. So that part has been written over here, and if he's not able to introduce his brother, then Duke Frederick will seize his entire property. And then in the next paragraph, we're talking about the transformation of his character at the end. And then after the conclusion part, we have is the character sketch of Duke Senior. So in the opening scene, we are being introduced to Duke Senior, who is banished by his younger brother Duke Frederick, and he has to leave for the Forest of Arden, and he's accompanied by faithful lords who willingly went into the Forest of Arden with Duke Senior, and then clear and eloquent speech by Duke Senior in the Act 2 is introduced over there. So that's been also explained by me in the Act 2 summary, where he explains that the life of the forest is much, much better than the life of the kingdom, and the entire conversation is being narrated over here by Shakespeare. And in the next paragraph, we have is his condescending attitude towards Jax when he says that you don't have to kill a deer for your dinner. So that's been written over here. And if you need or you find something difficult over here, you can just go down to the summary of Act 2 and you can narrate that entire part over here. Then we have talked about highly cultured and kind-hearted man. And then his failure to recognize his daughter. When she was disguised as a man, Duke fails to recognize her. That's been written over here. And then we are writing the contrast between Duke Senior and Duke Frederick that we see in a large manner, that Duke Senior and Duke Frederick differ from each other in everything right from the beginning, and then his changed character. And then we are talking about the question number 13, which is a brief character sketch of Touchstone, who is playing the role of fool in the play, and comment upon his role in the play. So Touchstone is being introduced in the court of Duke Frederick, and he is given the duty to just criticize everybody, but he's not able to do that duty also, so he's called as a fool in the play. And because of his follies, foibles, and absurdities, people recognized him as a fool. Then, talking about Touchstone wit, he's full of wit and humor, and these incidences or these conversations are being narrated in the play. Then, talking about his humor, we have written a paragraph over here. Then his anti-romantic attitude. So his anti-romantic attitude when he just give a speech to Rosalind and reveal his attitude towards love, that is being narrated over here. Then next, Touchstone as a satirist. And we have his importance, what is his importance in the play, and how he contributes to the subplot in the Forest of Arden. And then we have question number 14, what opinion have you formed of Jax from your reading of As You Like It? So talking about all the characters, the next one is the Jack's role in the play, his melancholy, and next we have is his cynicism. His relationship with Duke Senior, and his liking for Touchstone. So in this way you can write the character sketch of Jax, and then we have a serious charge against him. And next we have question number 15. How is the character of Adam delineated in As You Like It? What is the role assigned to him in the play? So, talking about Adam, we are being introduced to Adam in the very first scene when the conversation between Orlando and Adam is being taken place, and Oliver eavesdrop and hear that conversation. And then we have Adam as a trusted and reliable servant who has served the family of Sir Roland D. Boyce, and he's a respected servant. And then Adam's practical wisdom. So, despite of his age, he shows up for Orlando and asks him to just uh, move somewhere else and accept his entire wealth and accept him as his servant, and he's ready to serve him even in the age of 80s. Next, we have how Adam plays a significant role in the play. And then a key character, his qualities of devotion, loyalty, commitment, dependability, and service is exposed over here into the evil word of deception, betrayal, greed, revenge, and hypocrisy represented by Duke Frederick and Oliver, which we have seen in the early stages and in the Act 1 and Act 2 of the play. So, this is the character sketch of Adam. And then we have delineation of the character of Sylvius in As You Like It. So, Sylvius is a character full of love, romance, and he falls into love with Phoebe. So, this is the character sketch of Sylvius, and with the character sketch of Sylvius, we are being introduced into the pastoral word in the play As You Like It by William Shakespeare in Act 2, Scene 4. And we have seen Sylvius over here for the first time together with Corin, who is a aged shepherd. Then Sylvius as a fool who is after Phoebe, and she's not accepting his proposal, and he's after Phoebe making proposal and asking to love him back. So the entire conversation between Sylvius, Phoebe, and then Ganymede, to which Sylvius presents a letter which is being given by Phoebe over here, has been written over there. And then Sylvius creates the romantic atmosphere and he cries Phoebe, 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 and he just wants Phoebe in his life. So this has been written over here. And then we have Sylvius as the cause of fun and laughter in the play and who has contributed to the fun and laughter of the play. And this has been written over here how he is a symbol of fun and laughter and how he expresses his real feelings towards Phoebe. And then the play takes forward and Sylvius is speaking on the behalf of Ganymede. Then we have Phoebe's character in As You Like It and what role she play in the play. So after Sylvius we have Phoebe, and famous romantic comedy by William Shakespeare presents fun, frolic, love and laughter in the pastoral setting, and we are introduced by various characters like Rosalind, Celia, Touchstone, Orlando and Oliver into the forest of Arden, and then into the forest we are being introduced with the pastoral characters like Corin, Sylvius and Phoebe, and we get to know about the pastoral touch which is being offered by William Shakespeare in the play. So we talked about a proud, disdainful woman, that's Phoebe. Then Phoebe is caught in her own trap. Then Phoebe as an unusual character. Outline of the character sketch are made, so you don't need to frame the outlines. Question 18th we have is importance of setting of As You Like It and why has the play been set in the forest of Arden. So As You Like It is a romantic comedy and it's having elements of romance and comedy, and it's comedy because it presents picture of wit and humor, and it's romantic or a romance based play because it has romantic uh, relationships of various couples which we have seen in the Forest of Arden. And so we have talked about the pastoral setting further, and then we'll see Celia and Oliver into the view of forest, and particularly in the pastoral setting in general. And then we'll see in the Forest of Arden where we see Touchstone and Audrey. And then in the Forest of Arden presents a real and earthy picture of love which we have glamorized or we have seen in the form of Rosalind, Orlando, Celia and Oliver, and the various characters like Sylvius falls for Phoebe and Touchstone seeks for Audrey. So the next we see is the pastoral setting which has been given by William Shakespeare and providing a justification to the title of the play As You Like It. And then moving to the next question we have is discuss and illustrate different varieties of love. So different varieties of love is shown by Shakespeare in his romantic comedy which is As You Like It, and towards the end or towards the culmination we see fullest celebrations of love for Rosalind and Orlando, Celia and Oliver, then Touchstone and Audrey, and Sylvius and Phoebe, and to Elizabethan people to live as it's a play written in the Elizabethan age. So we say to Elizabethan people, to live was to love, and to love was to love romantically. So we have seen all the relationships over here, and we are being uh, asked to narrate all the relationships over here, and we have narrated the relationships of first Orlando and Rosalind, and then we have talked about the relationship of Oliver and Celia, and then next we have talked about the relationship of Sylvius and Phoebe, and then we have the last which we say that Shakespeare has done justification to the title. And to proceeding towards the next question we have is how does Shakespeare introduce humor in play As You Like It, and you have to indicate all the different forms of humor which you see in play As You Like It. So it's a typical comedy which has been written by Shakespeare, and these how he has represented humor you have to explain it. Next we have humor of situation, what happens in situations, and then we have witty humor where we see in the Forest of Arden the display of humor, and then we have exchanges between Corin and William. Then we see the wit of Jacques and Duke Frederick. And proceeding to the next question, we have comment on the social, moral, and spiritual aspect of the play As You Like It. So you've to write about the social, moral, and spiritual aspect of the play As You Like It, taking it as comedy critical in nature. And here we have okay. So this was it, and so I guess all the questions are clear to you. And if you still find any difficulty, you can uh, just comment down in the comment section below, or you can ask your doubts on the Telegram group or in the class, wherever you feel like. And if you want to frame your answers on your own, you can just go through the act wise summary and you can frame your answers on your own. If you need any sort of help, I am always there. So thank you so much for watching the lesson, and see you soon with the next lesson.